A big part of the entertainment industry are the rumors or urban legends that connect to different TV shows or movies. An urban legend is basically a kind of story that some claim to be true but has very little evidence to back it up. These are the kind of stories that are passed down by word of mouth and not through official large-scale means like news sources or things of that nature. And so now, let's take a look at a few stories and see what's true and what's fake.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad to see you. On Barney and Friends, we sing songs, play games, and make lots of new friends. So come and play with us on Barney and Friends. I'll be looking for you.
So join Barney and Friends, 6:30 Sundays on TV2.
Barney and Friends was a popular kids TV series that aired on PBS from 1991 to 2010. The show is aimed at children who are 7 and younger. The show is about this purple dinosaur, of course, named Barney the dinosaur, who teaches children about the powers of friendship and love and other educational stuff that's appropriate for that kind of age. It has a very sweet sunshine and rainbows and happiness type of feel to it. And because of that, people who are not children, people who are maybe teenagers or adults, really hated this show back in the day. I bring this up because this fandom of hate, it really worked people up, and it may have caused people to create several different devious kind of rumors about the show. The first rumor I want to talk about are the rumors of drug use on the show. This urban legend says that allegedly Barney's costume actor was arrested for drug use and even hid cocaine inside the tail of the costume. Now, 3 people have ever worn the iconic costume for Barney the dinosaur. David Ross is the first. He played the character before the show even got started, and it was just a series of VHS tapes that you could order by mail. Actor David Joyner played the character in the Barney and Friends television series that aired on PBS, as I mentioned before. He played the character from 1991 to 2001. The other actor to play Barney in that time span for the costume was Carrie Stinson. Now, after David Joyner left in 2001, Carrie Stinson would take over full-time and would play Barney as the costume performer until the end of the series. Now, according to a Snopes article I found that I'll link in the description box below, none of these men have any sort of criminal record, which means this rumor is completely false. It's also possible this story actually started from a misunderstanding about a news story that was popular during Barney's peak. During the show's peak in popularity, there was a case where drug dealers would use Barney the dinosaur dolls to actually hide drugs. But keep in mind, these were the dolls, not the costume, so it's possible that's what the misunderstanding comes from. Another strange rumor about the show is connected to its songs. Now, on the show, Barney sings songs about all sorts of topics. Sometimes it's about the power of friendship, sometimes it's about birthdays, and in one instance, he sung a song about how to deal with strangers. It's been alleged that Barney once said in the Stranger song, "A stranger is a friend you don't know yet." This, of course, is false. I can prove this because in the song Barney did about strangers, it preaches the exact opposite message. Here, take a listen for yourself.
Never talk to strangers, that's very good advice. 'Cause you just can't tell if they're good or bad, even though they may seem nice. Even though they may seem nice. Don't get in their car.
No!
Don't take anything from them.
No!
Just turn around and walk away.
Yeah!
Go back and tell a grown-up friend.
Oh yeah!
It's pretty clear that the show has the exact opposite message when it comes to children talking to strangers. Now, according to the Barney fandom page and tvtropes.org, it's said that this rumor comes from a website called Alt Barney Dinosaur Die. What a wonderful place to get Barney news from. Seems very unbiased. I'm not sure how y'all feel about it, but to me, it's kind of weird to take time out of your day to slander a kid show. Of course, like I said before, it is allegedly. I don't really have a good source on whether or not that particular website started those rumors, but it's fascinating to me that there's a hate group for a kid show. It's not towards a race, not towards religion, not towards a gender or anything. All that hatred is for a kid show that's teaching people how to count. It's so strange to me, man.
I don't think I can hold this pose much longer.
I'm growing weary myself.
Whose lame idea was this anyway?
It was my idea, Rigby.
What was it your idea to set the timer for so long? My face itches!
Just hold still.
This is taking too long.
Why are we even doing this?
It's a special occasion. Now hold still or you're fired.
All new episodes of Regular Show. Next, only on Cartoon Network.
Regular Show is a Cartoon Network show about two best friends named Mordecai, who's a blue jay, and Rigby, who's a raccoon. The two work as groundskeepers at a park. They spend each episode slacking off at work and somehow getting into a strange new adventure in the process. The show first aired in 2010 and became a huge hit with viewers of all ages. One of the things that made Regular Show stand out from the crowd is its edgier content for kid show standards. The show occasionally used mild swear words like pissed and crap, and it also had a slightly adult sense of humor.
Coffee, coffee.
No, don't. It's too late. Come on, dude, don't. It's already in motion.
Well, put it out of motion!
You pissed me off.
Holy crap, it's real!
And Pops, what's with the easy breezy? Speed it up! My pepperonis are roasting down here!
Hit the lights. It's almost 8 p.m. Whoa! Skips is gonna be so surprised when he comes in and sees us totally naked. It's not that kind of party, muscle man. Oh. Don't turn on the light.
Because of that edgy humor I mentioned before, this has led some fans to theorize that the show was supposed to air on Cartoon Network's adult cartoon block, Adult Swim. Is it really true that this show, supposedly for adults, ended up on a kids network? Honestly, I don't really think so. I have some evidence to back this up. On April 3rd, 2008, Cartoon Network announced the Cartoonstitute. This was a showcase for animated shorts and potential pilots that would air on Cartoon Network. One of these potential pilots, of course, was Regular Show. Now, to me, this proves that the show was never intended for Adult Swim. Unless there's some sort of plans written up from before the Cartoonstitute, I don't think Adult Swim was ever supposed to have Regular Show. So what's the explanation for the show's more adult sense of humor? Well, another difference with Regular Show is that it's rated PG rather than Y7 in America. Well, if it wasn't made for Adult Swim, why does it have a more edgy sense of humor than kid shows of that time? The reason why has to do with its TV rating. Regular Show is TV PG and not TV Y7. TV Y7 means that the television program is made for kids 7 years old and younger, kind of like Barney as we mentioned before. TV PG means that parental guidance is suggested for kids watching the show. According to the FCC, TV PG allows content with moderate violence, some sexual situations, and infrequent coarse language, or some suggested dialogue. I'll definitely admit, to me as a kid, the show's edgier content, well, that's the thing that hooked me in. I feel like as a whole, its strange characters, its good animation style, and its humor is really what made it the popular show it is today.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
When you bring life home, don't tell the kids it's one of those nutritional cereals you've been trying to get them to eat. You're the only one who has to know.
This ad for Life cereal became quite popular for its time, and it's really recognizable to people who grew up seeing the commercial. It was on television for almost 12 years. According to the legend, the actor who played Little Mikey in the commercial died after his stomach exploded from drinking a concoction of soda and Pop Rocks candy. Are the rumors true? Did Little Mikey really die a sugary-filled death? Of course not. John Gilchrist, the actor who played Little Mikey, is actually alive and well. He's currently director of media sales for the Madison Square Garden Network. Soda and Pop Rocks really can't hurt you, according to the Mythbusters. I'll post a link to the experiment they did in the description box below.
Good evening, friends. I'm sorry to have to welcome you to this invitational showing of Follow Me Boys in this way. I'd give anything to be there with you, but this seems to be one of those times I'm tied down here at the studio night and day.
So, moving on, our last urban legend is going to be about Walt Disney, the founding father of an entertainment superpower. Walt Disney was an American animator, film producer, and entrepreneur that pretty much changed the entire entertainment industry through his creation of the Walt Disney Company. In his lifetime, he's helped create iconic animated films like Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, Steamboat Willie, and the rest of the Mickey Mouse cartoons, just to name a few. Because of everything that Walt Disney was able to accomplish, the Disney Company today is worth almost $130 billion. If someday Disney is able to own the legal rights to all of our left toes, you can thank Walt Disney for it. Walt Disney had been a heavy smoker for a very long time, and because of this, on November of 1966, Walt Disney was diagnosed with lung cancer and would die from the disease the next month. His death is really the source of the rumor, or more accurately, his burial. Walt Disney was rumored to be cryogenically frozen after his death. This is a process where bodies are frozen to be revived at some point in the future. Some stories go even further and say that the body is being stored underneath a Disney theme park. Now, Disney's daughter Diane says that she doubts her father even heard of cryogenics during his lifetime. So, now is this rumor true? Probably not. The reason I say that is because, number one, Walt Disney's daughter Diane says that she doubts her father had even heard of cryogenics. Also, as well, you can look up online, Disney was cremated and his ashes were spread at the Forest Lawn Cemetery of Glendale, California. This rumor is so legendary that there was even an iCarly episode about it. While there's plenty of evidence to prove this rumor isn't true, it's probably not going to stop people from believing it. Honestly, I don't blame them. Disney is such a big and powerful company. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable to assume they'd be capable of doing something like that. Another interesting rumor about Disney originates from a November 2018 tweet from Samantha Page Yu. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. The tweet says, "I was today years old when I found out that Walt Disney put in his will that all Disney classics are to be remade every 10 years so each generation gets to enjoy them." I do want to note that the next day she tweeted she wasn't 100% sure if that is a true fact, but still many people shared it and liked it and claimed it was fact. The tweet seems like it has some sort of basis in reality when you look at how many different remakes have been made within the last 10 years from Disney. But if you actually look at these release dates, you'll see that's not accurate at all. I was able to find Walt Disney's will on livingtrustnetwork.com. And looking through this will, it says absolutely nothing about doing remakes. It does say details about basically who gets what after he dies, who gets his estate, who gets parts of the Disney Foundations, things like that. But nothing about actually making movies. So why is Disney constantly redoing their classics every 5 minutes?
We've got to have money.
That and nostalgia is a very easy marketing tool. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, press the like button and hit subscribe.